Hello, everyone. You're listening to Radio Amity 107.8 FM. I'm Reem Mir,
I am Karanjan.
and today we're diving deep into some important conversations. Welcome to the safe space where we can all come together to explore the real, raw thoughts and experiences of 20 somethings navigating the ups and downs of young adulthood. Here, we're going to address those difficult topics we often shy away from in everyday conversations because we want to remind you you are not alone. We hope this space makes you feel seen, heard, and represented. Let's talk through it all together.
Hello, everyone. In today's episode is the one I'm really excited about. We are diving into the topic of spirituality, what it means to us, how it shapes our lives, and how it connects us to something greater. And joining me with this deep conversation is my very good friend Nitin Shukla. Welcome to our podcast.
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here and talk about something that means a lot for all of us.
Definitely. Spirituality can be such a personal and broad topic. It's not just about religion, but it's about finding meaning, purpose, and a sense of connection in life. And I think all of us have had our own unique journeys with that. So, today we're going to explore how spirituality has played a role in our lives and hopefully inspire listeners to reflect on their own spiritual paths.
Yeah, I think it's something that everyone approaches differently, and that's what makes me so interesting. There is no one right way to connect spirituality.
Exactly. So, whether you are someone who is already deeply spiritual or just curious and exploring, we hope this conversation opens up new perspectives and brings a sense of peace and reflection. Let's get started.
All right, Nitin, we're going to start off with something very simple. We're going to ask you to introduce yourselves to all of us and to talk a little bit about yourself.
Okay, hi, my name is Nitin Shukla, and I am 19 old, pursuing my bachelor's degree from Amity University.
Can you tell us a little bit about your hobbies and what you'd like to do for fun?
Uh, if I talk about my hobbies are singing and talking to myself, reading, and crafting things.
So, you're good at art and craft.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, Nitin, diving right into our today's topic, let us talk about your spiritual journey. Can you share a little bit about your spiritual journey and how it all began for you?
Well, it begins from my home, not as a spirituality, but as a religious.
Right.
I am from a Brahmin family, and my family do a lot of religious practices at my home on daily basis. Like we always have a huge function in a month. So I had an interest in these activities which my family host, like aarti, singing aarti, and playing dholak and all these things, and doing puja path, binding kalava, and reading the text.
Hmm.
So it starts from here.
So, you feel like upbringing plays a very big role in your life in terms of spirituality or being religious, if I may say.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to ask you, were there any defining moments in your life that deepened your sense of spirituality? Because I'm aware that you shifted schools when you were in primary school. So I would like to know more about it and tell our audiences also.
Well, in my starting education, it was from the Shishu Vidya Mandir schools. And in that schools, we used to have a prayer of about 1 hour long, and where we do Gayatri Mantra Jap, where we do Hanuman Chalisa Jap, and we also used to have a very long prayer and reading the good texts. And other defining moments that I would like to share, right? Like in my village, the people of that village host a Ram Katha every year, and they also do Sundarkand part on about every Saturday.
Can you explain Ram Katha? What is Ram Katha?
Ram Katha is the story of Ramayana and the complete story of Sri Ram.
And what about Sundarkand?
Sundarkand is a specific part of Valmiki Ramayan in which the journey of Hanumanji is explained at how he went to Lanka and Lanka the hen part, and how he come up with the uh, कि सीता माता की वो सब कुछ लेके आए थे कि सीता माता अशोक वाटिका में हैं एंड ऑल दीज थिंग्स लाइक इट इज़ अ स्पेसिफिक पार्ट टू हनुमान जी.
So you were saying these used to be organized in your village
Yeah.
every year, and
And every year Ram Katha, but the Sundarkand path is on every Saturday. They used to do Sundarkand every Saturday.
and so you mentioned that you were in Shishu Vidyalaya schools, especially in early years of your primary education. Then you shifted to an ICSE bigger school. So how did that cultural shift affected you, and how did you still manage to stay close to your roots and still be so spiritual, religious?
Well, in my ICSE school, we like a school was not doing anything related to religion or spirituality. There was just like an assembly of 15 minutes and that's it. So I was unable to do my practices in a school, but at my home my mother used to do these practices. Like she woke up early in the morning and I too, and we both used to do puja and part things.
Okay. So, can you share more about your daily spiritual practices that you do that help you ground or center you?
The daily spiritual practices I do is normal puja at my home
Explain.
temple.
Can you explain more? Like, what kind of puja? Like, do you recite Hanuman Chalisa or do you recite?
Well, I नॉर्मली हाथ जोड़ता हूँ, मैं आरती गाता हूँ, शंख बजाता हूँ एंड दैट्स इट. एंड देन नाइट आई डू त्राटक मेडिटेशन. आई ओनली डू this spirituality thing.
Which meditation you're talking about?
I'm talking about Tratak meditation. It is a meditation where you have to lit up a candle and you have to place it about one hand distance and you have to focus on the flame of it.
How does it help you? Can you tell us a bit more about the advantages?
Well, it has a lot of advantages. It helps me focusing on the things, not on only flame, but in my daily basis. Uh, it enhances my focus. It impacts my memory, and it also helps my eyesight.
It improves your concentration also, I
Yeah,
feel.
it also improves my concentration.
So,
Have you noticed any difference in yourself from meditating so consistently with these Tratak meditations and all of these spiritual practices you do? Do you feel like you are better grounded and you are performing better in your life if as compared to if you weren't practicing?
Yeah, I do. Like by practicing these meditations, I am able to control my thoughts and the thought process, and I also understands that the connection between the things.
are there any spiritual or religious texts that resonate deeply with you?
Well, I have not read the text by myself, but as I mentioned that I used to hear Ram Katha and Sundarkand Path, so I know all the Ramayan text and I also know Mahabharata text.
Do they help you navigate through the difficult situations you must be facing in your life? It's not like everyone's life is a bed of roses. There are always going to be things that go wrong and things that do not go in a certain way or things do not go as planned. Do you feel like your knowledge of these stories and what they teach you helps you navigate better through these situations and helps you stay calm and grounded even in adverse conditions?
Yes, they do. Like if you read Mahabharata, then that story of the Mahabharata is very complex, right? So when you follow spirituality, so it helps you in making a thread, like making a straight line, which helps you connecting the points.
It helps in connecting the dots for you.
Yeah.
how do you balance these spiritual practices with the demands of your everyday life? We all come to college every single day thanks to the attendance policy. So, how do you balance all that? I really want to know.
It's so tough for me. Like sometimes they get skipped.
Sometimes they get.
Sometimes they get skipped on daily basis. But I try to do, like, I wake up in the early in the morning, and then I do my puja practices. And in the late night, about sleeping about 11 or 11:30, I do tratak. So sometimes it becomes hectic and I skip that. It's very tough for me to manage these things.
Do you feel like reading all these spiritual texts and, belief in some higher power kind of improves your discipline in life? Like, gives you a sense of purpose? What's your take on that?
Yeah, like when you know that someone is looking for me, then then definitely we will do something disciplined. Like in our class, if there is a teacher, then we will behave in front of teacher. And so on the daily basis, if I know that someone is looking for me, someone is looking for my karma, then I will behave and that way.
So you feel safe under,
I feel safe also, and I feel comfortable also.
you feel protected.
Yeah.
You feel a sense of that you belong to something, because a lot of us currently are struggling with the feeling of belongingness, and I feel like, does it help you to know that there is a god or there is a higher power that you belong to? Does it help not let you feel so isolated in the society?
Yes, the spirituality is a thing which help you to connect you with the universe. So by practicing spirituality, I feel connected with like everything, humans, plants, animals, the universe, everything. I feel connected.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but do you feel spirituality and the reading this religious scriptures and everything kind of helped you with navigating loneliness that one can feel? Like, one can be in a room full of people but still feel lonely. So, do you feel that has it helped you in that respect?
For me, it helped me. Like, well, I also used to feel that in a room, in a crowd, I used to feel lonely. But after reading text and following spirituality, I get connected by my inner self, and by that I do not feel loneliness.
So, you have learned how to live with yourself. Are you comfortable with yourself? Does your own company, do your own thoughts not trouble you anymore? And do you credit this to your connection with spirituality and religion?
Well, I do both things. First, it makes me comfortable with myself, my own
Right.
thought process.
Hmm.
But whenever there is a topic or whenever there is a situation which I am unable to handle, then I pass to the connection. Like I pass to the universe.
Right.
Like first, I try to understand the situation by myself.
Bilkul.
If I am unable to do that, then I pass to the universe. That what will they do? I will accept it.
Do you believe in the power of manifestation?
Yes, I do. Like I have manifested things.
Has it worked for you?
Yeah.
Wow. I want to ask, do you think spiritual process is a lifelong process, and how do you stay open to it?
Yeah, spirituality is a lifelong process. Like making connection is a lifelong process. Whenever we can feel connected to anyone, we just know them. We start knowing them, and this is an endless journey. Like by following spirituality, by feeling connection, we just go on the way of an endless journey.
When you're faced with difficult situations, if you have ever faced a situation in your life where you felt powerless, where everything has felt like it's completely against you, I'm pretty sure all of us must have felt this way in a certain period of our lives. Did you feel a loss of connection? Did you feel a sense of neglect from this higher power you believed so hard that will protect you? Or did you feel your bond strengthen? Or did you feel yourself go deeper into this world of spirituality?
It makes me to go deeper to the world of spirituality. Like if I feel neglected by humans, not by universe,
Right.
right? So whenever I feel neglected,
Huh.
I just believe in universe. Like sometimes it like ये हो जाता है कि हम नहीं समझ पाते हैं, है ना, कि हमारा हम काम स्पिरिचुअलिटी नहीं प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हैं, हमारे साथ हो भी रहा है या नहीं हो रहा है, हम नहीं समझ पाते हैं.
बिल्कुल.
So I just believe, I just focus on myself and believe in the universe.
So even when everybody has low days, so when on low days you just believe, let me just do my work, कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन, and then just focus on the work instead of worrying about the result.
Yeah.
Wow, that's I think a really good ability or you have. Um, do you feel this spirituality impacts your sense of purpose or meaning in life? Like, what's your purpose of life? How spirituality connects to your purpose?
Yes, like when you know your inner self, then you know what you can do to the world. And it also impacts the purpose of your life. Like it shows the kindness of it. ये तुम्हारी kindness को अंदर से जगा देता है ना. So whenever you practice spirituality, you get to know about yourself. You get to know about the environment, that what this environment wants from me. So you try to give that to the environment, to the people of that environment.
Do you believe that you have achieved a high level in the aspects of knowing yourself? Do you feel like you truly know what you are on the inside and what you can provide to the world? Or are you still learning about those aspects of yourself?
I'm in my learning stage. I don't know about completely, I don't know about myself, but I'm in my learning stage. I know from my past, like I know better than me.
So you're saying that you're improving on your past self, but you're still learning for your future self, right?
Yes.
And do you feel like spirituality has helped you stay in the present? मतलब जैसे हम बोलते हैं कि कल बीत गया बात गई, does it help you बीत गया बात गई sort of situation कि you don't think about it that often, or you do not ruminate over your past mistakes anymore? Do you think spirituality has helped you with that?
Yeah, spirituality helped me a lot from my मेरे past से उठ के आने में मुझे. Like I try to take the learnings from my past, but not the memories. So I take my learning, I live in present by minding my future.
Wow, that's absolutely wonderful. A quality, I guess, almost all of us require.
Yeah. What's the best advice, spiritual advice you have ever received, and by whom? If you have a story for that.
Well, if I talk about advice, the advice is that just focus on yourself. Whatever you are doing is correct. Just do the things.
Wow. Are there any mantras, prayers, or affirmations that you live by? Like, this is what I believe in. Any?
Not particularly, like, not particularly mantra, but I believe in living in the present.
Do you believe in life after death?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Okay. I want to ask you. I want to go on a more personal tangent and ask you, when you shifted from a sort of correct me if I'm wrong, a Gurukul sort of school, Shishu Vidyalaya, as you said, to an ICSE school. So, uh, did how has that been for you? Like, what were the cultural shocks? Or what are the changes you observed around among teachers or among your peers, and how did you manage to cope up with that? I feel it must be really difficult for you. So I want to know more about that.
Well, it was so difficult for me. In my Vidya Mandir school, everyone was just talking in the normal language, like my village language. Okay, and when I
What is your village language?
my village language is Kannauji. I belongs from that area, and we used to talk in local language, like our teachers to students, everyone.
You belong from UP, right?
Yeah, Kannauj area.
Okay.
And when I shifted to ICSE school, there was a major shift that was of language. They start teaching me in English, and that was so hard for me to get. And other things like completely changes. First of all, prayer wala scene, then sitting plan. We used to sit on the ground and take learnings from our teachers. In ICSC, we get benches and chairs, and like literally all the things changed for me, and I was unable to control that. Then I lost my eyesight because of regular headache.
Lost your eyesight or deteriorated your eyesight?
Deteriorated.
Deteriorated.
You've gotten
Sorry,
glasses.
sorry for
Yeah,
my.
yeah.
I got glasses. Like it was so hectic for me in my village wala school. I used to go for only 4 to 5 hours, and when I shifted to ICSC, that was about more than 1 hour way of that. So about 8 hours, 8 to 9 hours, I was far away from my home, and it gives me a lot of stress, lot of anxiety, and a lot of headache, and I did not manage up about for 1 year, so it just messed up, and I was even unable to do my practices.
That must have been really hard for you. Has it has it improved since then? Like after 1 year of your school, has it improved? And if it did, I hope it really did. So how it did? Like what were the coping mechanisms? What changed inside you?
Then I learned the time management of my school. That how must I manage my time. My mother helped me in that. Like, uh, I belongs to a Brahmin family, so it is a necessity to do puja. So my mother wake me up at early at the morning, and I do Namaskar, Jal Chadhana, and normal Hanuman Chalisa Path karna. And yeah, then I managed my time, and even at that time I was not doing Tatak, but I involved in Shambhali Puja, so I was just able to do that thing.
You just mentioned that you belong to a Brahmin family and that it was mandatory for you to do your pujas. Um, do you think that if it weren't the case, if you weren't a part of a family who valued spirituality and religion this at this level, do you think that you'd still be someone who believed in spirituality and religion? Or do you think that it's just because your family has influenced you in such a manner that you practice so religiously?
No, my family has not influenced me. It was my wish to join them.
Right.
Like a lot of my age, a lot of peoples
Hmm.
of my age in my village, they don't do regular practices.
Right.
But it was my wish. I got attached to spirituality and religious things. That's why I used to do puja. My family don't influence me.
That's lovely to know. There are so many scriptures and so many stories in religion and in spirituality. There must have been something that has resonated really, really strongly with you. Is there someone or something that influences you and resonates within you and helps you go through life on a daily basis? Anyone in particular you could mention?
Lord Krishna. I believe in him a lot, like his works. He also follows the uh, live in present
Right.
mentality.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
So what kind of um, if there is any sort of advice that you would like to give to our audiences, anything as a takeaway message you want to share?
As something you can tell them for someone who is going into the world of spirituality or who's struggling with a sense of belongingness and looking for ways to feel like they are protected, and someone who's trying to step in to this society of spirituality, what would you like to tell them? An advice you'd like to give them?
I would like to advise them, just focus on yourself and believe in the God. Simple.
Okay.
Well, this is all the time we had for today. This has been such a lovely conversation with Nitin on the matters of spirituality, and we really appreciate you sharing your stories and your beliefs with us. This, if you like today's episode, please do not forget to tune in to Radio Amity 107.8 FM for the next episode of
Talk
Talk
through
Through It.
it. Thank you.